What is up, you guys? For today's video, I have a little bag comparison to share with you all. So we're going to be chatting about pre-loved lambskin classic flaps in the medium and the small size. This one is on loan from Rebag. I decided that it would be a good time to film a little side-by-side comparison with the sizes. I don't have any smalls in my collection, although I do feel like this is an amazing size, and anything smaller than this would definitely just be way too tiny, which is good to know considering I have been after a rectangular classic flap in the mini size. Kind of let that go. That's been crossed off my list just because it's just way too tiny, and practicality wise I need a little bit more space. But if you are interested in a comparison between these two, please keep watching. And if you're new here, my name is Alyssa Lenore, and I do these kinds of luxury fashion related videos on Thursdays. On Mondays, you get a glimpse into my daily life through my vlogs. So if you like the vibe, you like the energy, please hit that subscribe button as well as notifications bell so that you know most new videos. And also feel free to check me out on Instagram and TikTok as well. This is listed through Rebag. I'm not going to take it out and about in the city just because I want to keep the condition as is. This is purely just for filming the review and showing the comparison with you guys. I will have a link to this listing down below in case anyone is interested after seeing this video. I will also link the bag find section of my website down below so that you can see some pre-loved Chanels in case you are on the hunt for one in particular. Okay, so as you saw in our B-roll, this is my medium classic flap in this cognac tan color that I love so much. This is from 2004, got it for $2,000 from The Real in Soho, January 2018. I mentioned this before, the pre-loved market has really jumped up along with the retail prices for Chanel and all of their price increases. So unfortunately, pricing like this for this bag is long gone. I can't even imagine what this would probably go for these days. I know the tan one that Chanel released this year went for way above retail in the resale market. I spotted this and it was definitely an impulse purchase. I just wandered into the store, I saw this, and I fell in love. I haven't done anything to any of my bags. There were also ink marks on the inside of the bag. It did come with its authenticity card, which is great. And I just genuinely really love this one. She's a little beat up. The corners are not looking the best, but that is expected for a pre-loved piece that's about, what is this, 17 years old now. So yeah, this is the medium. And medium classic flaps will have 8 full diamonds across, and the smaller ones will have 7 full diamonds across. So just so you guys can see a little bit more of a side-by-side, you can see that the medium is a little bit taller and a little bit longer. But for my frame, I actually really like the medium classic flap. And the small is a great one as well. I would opt for a small over a mini rectangular flap. So a little bit about this small classic flap. This is probably going to be the oldest one. I believe this might even be from the 80s. The serial number starts with a 0, which, according to this chart, is between 1986 and 1988. So this is being listed for $3,865. So again, this is a small size. It's in lambskin. You can see that it's a bit flattened. Always pay attention to the edges. There's always going to be some wear on the corners, but this is also made of 24 karat gold. In late 2008, that is when they stopped making these bags with the 24 karat gold plating. So the two other pre-loved bags that I have, I'll show you just for comparison. My beloved Diana, which is from the mid 90s. And the other one that I have is from, I forget what year this is from. This is from the 21 series, so it is 2015, 2016. It's also really hard to come across a good white in terms of Chanel, so I love the creamy, milky tone of this one against the gold. Just for another comparison, this is the small Diana in comparison to a small classic flap. I feel like these are both priced similarly. I believe the Dianas are now going for around $4,000 as well. This one was $17.95 end of 2018 when I found it. It can be crossbodied, but it's kind of hitting me at a point where it would be like kind of a bum bag. So it's not one of the bags that I would consider crossbodying. Do like wearing the chain doubled or just single over one shoulder. So I do believe that the classic flaps are a beautiful and timeless silhouette. I feel like the small is a bit dressier for me and I can wear a medium size a little bit more casually. This is a beautiful bag. I like wearing them doubled or over one shoulder. The crossbody thing doesn't really work because the chain is pretty short. I believe the newer ones, if you are going straight to the boutique, I think they do run a little bit longer now because some people have mentioned that they are able to crossbody it. Or if you're on the more petite size, I'm sure it works out. It's just that for me, I'm 5'6". It kind of hangs at an awkward length. The inside of the bag has the zipper over here, and then you have the double flap. There is stuffing inside, and the interior is still that burgundy shade. Let's do a little what fits inside the bag. Let's start with the small because obviously what fits in here is going to fit into the medium. I'm gonna put my phone inside, and you definitely need to kind of arrange things strategically. My wallet, I'm going to put in my AirPods, and going to put in my sunglasses. So this is what fits inside. It's actually also really heavy. So I personally would not stuff my bag like this. I could, but my phone is always really in my hand. I could not fit my keys in there. So this is also so bulky, so that's just a no-go. If I took my phone out, I feel like I could still squeeze it in. Let's get the keys in there, but they do fit. So I do have an organizer in here that I'll take out just so we can get maximum spacing in here. The wallet, phone, keys, you gotta maneuver everything in here a little bit. Rotate that. AirPods, sunglasses. There we have it. So that is the bag all stuffed. Again, pretty heavy, but yeah, there is a lot in here. Slight difference in terms of sizing, but I can fit everything in here, whereas this one I had to take something out. And you are shopping for pre-loved, it's really a matter of finding the right pieces that work for your lifestyle, the condition you are willing to accept for pricing, because I agree that the pre-loved market can be a hit or miss. Sometimes it does take a bit of time and patience, but I mean, if you can find a beautiful pre-loved piece that you don't have to be so careful about because you know it's already, like, she's had her run and she can take care of herself, then that is great. So this one I can definitely be pretty relaxed about. If you are looking for everyday, Caviar is the best, but I did notice that Caviar is going for a lot more on the resale market just because Caviar is so hard to find these days, even at the stores. I think they mentioned that there's a wait list now, and they're also capping how many pieces of a particular style you're able to get. Don't quote me on that. Again, it's just been kind of what has been said, and I think that's just to try and get a control of inventory as well, and making sure that things aren't just being bought at the boutiques and then immediately resold. yeah, that is the comparison between a small classic flap in lambskin and a medium classic flap in lambskin. I'll show you a comparison between the small and my caviar classic flap as well. You can tell here that the gold is not as yellow. So, I mean, if you are into that richer color, you're gonna wanna go with something that was made prior to 2008. New styles are a little bit dulled down, I guess. It's a little bit less of an aggressive gold. That's just something like based on your own preferences. So this is a comparison between a small classic flap in lambskin and a medium classic flap in caviar. This one I purchased last year before the May price increase. So this one was $5,800 before taxes. And I knew that it was going to be the last classic flap that I ever buy from Chanel just because of the prices. I just feel like every price increase, they just get a little bit more ridiculous, and I'm content with the classic flaps that I have found pre-loved, and this I think is just a great staple to have as well. If you are shopping for classic flaps, the sizing just really depends on what you're looking for and your frame as well. So I've included some shots of it on my body and my frame. Again, I personally prefer the mediums, but if you are looking for a small, I will link a couple. Once again, when you are shopping pre-loved, just read through the descriptions and see everything it includes. Also all of the wear, because they are supposed to let you know everything that is on the bag. Because this one is literally from the 80s and I don't think it has been treated, can send it in for repair if that is what you are looking to do. But yeah, this is a small classic flap from Rebag that they loaned out to me for a few days, and I will send it back so that it can go to its permanent home. Let me know in the comments down below which one you prefer, and hopefully this video was helpful. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!